this time we are looking at the statement that came from Economist Intelligence Unit. It's a global body that said that federal government needs borrowing to solve our liquidity problem. Oh, CBN do not have the liquidity to solve our problem. And again, they say Nigerian currency is the second worst in the world.
And Nigeria is 105th hungriest country in the world. You say it.
What is your view?
My own view is that I don't think we will still be borrowing money when we have issue with borrow. Maybe the money we borrow in the past is the reason why Nigeria economy is dilapidated to this level. And judging by that, borrowing another money, if you ask me, the experts, economic experts around the world, as you say, maybe from IMF, from Paris Club, World Bank, and other money establishments in the world, I think they're going to lure us into plunging into recession, worst recession ever in the world history. If you ask me, there are many ways we could manage our resources, what we have at hand. There are many ways we could and overcome this current excruciating hardship. Ask me why. When Obasanjo, under whose finance minister during his regime was Okonjo-Iweala, when he paid our debt, Obasanjo did not borrow money. Okonjo-Iweala and other economic, technocrats during Obasanjo regime put their hands, all hands were on the desk, and they did what? Successfully they provide solution to Nigerian economic problem then, and we paid our debts. And even was more than that, better than that, the people we owe money, the IMF and World Bank, they had what I call sympathy or empathy to what? Have cancelled our debt there. So borrowing more is a bad advice. I don't support Nigeria borrowing more. And if we should borrow more, it shouldn't be under Tinubu regime. Borrowing more, they will share the money.
Now, there's a question I want to ask. Seeing that Nigerian currency, Naira, is the second worst performing currency in the world.
Yes.
Do you think this government and CBN under Cardoso can solve this problem?
They cannot. Ask me why.
Why?
They are not bringing Tinubu, calling him to order, to begin to delve, you know what I mean by delve, into industrialization of the country called Nigeria. Yes, if we become an industrialized country, I think we have the impetus to push more exports to the West and get what? More dollars. And when we are doing that, what happens? Dollar will be crashing before Naira, and Naira will gain upper hands over dollars. That is when we become a production country.
I think that would be the advice
importation.
of that would be the advice of Obi.
That could have been the advice of Obi, and that's where Greg Obi is,
having
competence on. He can manage well. He knows much more about economy than any other of his contemporaries or opponents, political opponents. I think we should produce. We should delve into agriculture. Yes, it's part of production. Agricultural, industrialization. We declare emergency in agriculture. We cultivate lands. Churches are not left. Banks are not left behind. Every financial institutions in Nigeria, big companies in Nigeria, the elites, everybody should delve into farming. I think that is when Naira will gain upper hand over almighty dollars.
Remember that Obi recently, in leadership award, advised Nigeria on how to go into agriculture. He told Niger State government that Niger State land mass is bigger than that of Ukraine, and the difference is that Ukraine is using 60% of their land mass for agriculture, whereas in Nigeria, our own is unutilized.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Yes, my take is that Obi is a management expert. If you ask me, I will tell you that Greg Obi would have taken Nigeria too far, further than where we are today. But you can see, the advice he proffered to Niger State governor could never ever be carried out or relied on. Why? Because the current government of the day under Tinubu can never take heed to that advice. Why? If he does, woe betide him and shame upon him. Nobody among the APC leaders loves labor. Why? Because Labour is a party the whole Nigeria knew won election last year, and APC hijacked that mandate, and look at where they have brought us today in Nigeria. That solution profiled by Obi is true. 50% of the landmark of Ukraine, former USSR, they use it to cultivate what? Agriculture, cultivation. They cultivate many crops, resulting to Ukraine being the biggest, largest producer of wheat in the world, grains. I'm telling you, if Niger State could adhere to the advice profiled by Greg Obi, I think Niger State is going to come out to be the food basket of the country called Nigeria. But you know, having so much hatred on Igbo man and Obi, Labour and Nigerian youths can never adhere to that kind of advice. Let me tell you, we are Nigerians. Time shall come. We shall all stand up and fight for our rights.
Thank you very much.